the land of beer, bratwurst, and beautiful, beautiful tanks. Lately we think of Germany as not a culture, but a place. A place between the kings of bread and cows dancing to music. Germany is a place that many people can trace their heritage from, but the German culture is something much less celebrated. We say we're from Germany, but nothing about our own culture gives that away. That is exactly what I do. I do not participate in any German festivities or activities whatsoever. The most German thing I've done was visit Leavenworth, Washington, which isn't even in Germany. I haven't even gone as far as to drink a Dutch Bros coffee, but some of my family does. My uncle and cousins on my mom's side of the family is where you'll start to see the German show, bringing their maggot-looking food over every time we have dinner with them. But something that they don't talk about or celebrate are any of the myths. Granted, Germany doesn't have many myths that you would want to follow, Krampus, but I want to talk about those, educate you and myself on what they might be. One common myth you may have heard about is the story of Rumpelstiltskin, a very common myth mentioned by people from New Yorkers to Afro-Man, and just as commonly mistaken to originate from American culture. Rumpelstiltskin is a German fairy tale that begins with a miller who has a newborn child. This child he is extremely proud of because of her beauty. The father, being proud of his daughter and, at the same time, careless, boasts to the king that his daughter can spin straw into gold. The king calls his bluff and has his daughter locked away in a chamber full of straw, telling her to spin it all into gold if she values her life. The girl spins the straw into gold for a while before a little man opens the door and walks in. He offers to spin the straw into gold for her in exchange for a gift. The girl takes up this offer and gives him her necklace. As promised, he spins all the straw into gold. The king sees this and is delighted. Being greedy, he locks her up and has her do it again. And again, the same little man enters and makes the same offer. The girl gives him her ring, and again, he spins it all into gold. This is getting very repetitive, so this happens once more. When the time comes for her to give him a gift, this time she has nothing left to give. So she offers him her firstborn child when she is the queen. The guy spins it all into gold, and when the king sees this for the third time, he pretty much marries her on the spot. Time passes and the girl has a child. Delighted, she forgets the promise she made the little man, in which he entered and promptly reminds her of. She begs of him to be freed from her promise, but he denies. Instead, he makes another offer. If she can guess his name in the next 3 days, she can keep her child. If not, then the promise will carry out. The queen immediately sends out all of her messengers to try to discover the little man's name. After the first day, they return with nothing. The next day passes, and unfortunately, the same result. But on the third day, one of her messengers returns, saying that they overheard a little man singing and dancing. In his song, he said that his name is Rumpelstiltskin. The man returns to the queen on the third night, and she tells him his name. In a blind rage, he puts his foot through the door and splits in two. The story goes that everyone lives happily ever after, except Rumpelstiltskin, who is divided over the issue. This myth reveals a lot about the German culture and gives a couple morals with it. It seems to teach about boasting, and with the dad boasting and his daughter being taken because of it. Another thing it seems to teach is about agreeing to blind bets. How the queen almost lost her son in the same way that her father lost her. But even Rumpelstiltskin had a lesson to teach, being reckless, saying his name out loud when no one was supposed to know it. It seems that Germans don't value bets, but quite the opposite of it. They value the ability to not make deals that could change the life of you and others around you, which is a very good moral. That's what I got from it. Learning about this myth. Learning about this myth, I've learned nothing of myself. I still don't follow German culture at all. I don't follow the bets rule. I'm a very reckless person still. And it doesn't even reveal anything about my values. So that's my culture, and that's my myth.